What's up, world? Welcome to the New Era Show, where the new era runs the show. I'm your host, Zach Gastineau, and this episode is sponsored by the #1 lifestyle brand in the world, my company, VBA Clothing. Use code TNE24. That's right, the New Era 24 for 50% off your purchase at checkout. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into it. I got a Thursday episode for y'all. We're recording this on a Thursday. I know we normally record on Saturday, but I had to squeeze one in before I go ahead and get out of town. I got one for the ladies today. So I got Miss T Nasty in the building representing for the ladies.
Hey.
Influencer, entrepreneur. I'd even go as far as to say Tip, because you've done some stuff, some video vixen stuff with some popping people and stuff.
It was a phase.
Yeah.
Phase.
But let's make some noise for T Nasty, y'all. We got T Nasty in the building. Tip, and now I know this drive was a little bit far for the both of us, huh? But we made it. We made it.
After so many attempts, reschedules.
Yeah. Yep.
I was like, he giving up faith in me.
Yeah. But we finally here. Energy is good. Vibes is good. And I'm definitely happy to have you in here. Tiff, let's get straight into it. I want to get into your story, where you're from, just your whole upbringing and stuff like that. So I know, are you coming from Cleveland, right, Tiff?
Yeah, Cleveland, Ohio, representing.
Okay. Cleveland represent. How long were you in Cleveland for?
I mean, I was born there, but it's a rough area. So my parents, they always made sure when they was there that they made sure we went to school 30 minutes away in a different city or something like that. Because it's a little rough down there.
Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'm from there, but I never really lived there until like I was around 18 and I was able to move out on my own.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So parents, they were just obviously trying to put you in the best possible position, maybe having you in more of like a suburban area than growing up just right there in Cleveland, going to school and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. When did you move to Arizona?
I moved here when I was 5. My sister was 4. We came down here and my parents, they just got, my dad just got a job with the Phoenix Police Department.
Okay.
And then my mom was working at Intel. And but before then, they didn't have jobs. They was just like ready for something new. They sold their house in Maple Heights, Ohio.
Okay.
Like it was right by Cleveland. In Cleveland, I mean.
Yeah.
Right, like in the suburbs at the time. They sold their house and they just came here. We drove in a car for like 3 days. And we got here.
Now, do you remember a lot of it because you were 5? Like, do you remember? Obviously, you're older now, but do you remember some of like the differences? Some maybe the cultural differences, culture shock. You remember any of that stuff?
When I first got here, there was nothing here. It was desert. They built so much in the last 20 years that I've been back and forth. They built so many new things. There's so many more things to do than when I first came down here. It was nothing. I remember there was like cows everywhere. Cow farms everywhere.
Okay.
I don't see many of those nowhere. Where do cow farms go?
Yeah. Right. It's funny you say that, T. So I've got my grandma and some of her family, like my cousins stuff. They're from Columbus, Ohio, and they moved to Arizona. They say the exact same thing.
The trains,
cow farms, trains. Yeah.
Exactly, and now they're all gone. They took those, like they just basically started building in more.
Yeah.
So you barely even see like. I think that one little area from like Maricopa to Casa Grande still got the train area. And the farm.
Yeah.
That area right there.
Yeah. And it's almost gonna cease pretty soon. We like turning into the new LA damn near.
They keep talking about they about to build another Disney World or something like that.
I keep
hearing like rumors like around Casa Grande they were gonna build a little Disneyland or something, but it might just be a rumor.
Yeah, I'm hoping it.
Yeah, because the traffic is already bad.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I was supposed to be here 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. So Tip, now you grew up partially in Arizona. What junior high, high school? Where'd you go?
Oh my gosh, I've been to 15 different schools. No, I'm serious. Like 15 and counting. 5 different high schools. Probably 6 actually, because I did a couple online schools. Yeah, it was just my parents. They like to move. Like they like to pack up and leave.
Just go.
Yeah, I never spent more than 2 years in a house. Yeah.
Wow.
People used to think I was an army brat. No, my parents just indecisive. Always want to change sceneries.
Yeah. Okay. That probably explains some of the reason why you so on the move right now. You're so
I'm so used to it.
Yeah,
but I got a son, so I got to learn how to sit it down sometimes.
Okay.
Sit it down sometimes.
Okay.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. But I got until he's 5 until I really got to sit it down. So
yeah.
When he starts school, so I got like 3 more years. When he starts school, I got to sit my butt down. I was about to say I don't even know if I can cuss.
So. Oh, you can do your thing.
Okay.
Now, Tip, you graduate from high school. Did you graduate from high school out here?
No, here's the thing. So I dropped out of high school because, like I said, I moved around so much. I got irritated with having to make new friends over and over and over again. Me and my sister, we're a year apart, but we were in the same grade. She started school early. I got held back. So we were always in the same grade. When I got into high school or junior high, sometimes we had some of the same classes. We like best friends. And we would always get kicked out of school together. And, for some reason, when we got to senior year, she was on track to graduate, but I wasn't. I skipped as much school as you, girl. How you get all these credits? I only got 5. This don't make no sense. So at that time, I just was like, forget it. I'm gonna drop out. I dropped out. I was in Cleveland, Ohio, and I was living with my brother at the time. He was I was really supposed to go with him so he can, get me back on track, because I lived with my brother before. So he was trying to get me back on track, but I wasn't listening. My dad, he took us to purchase our first car, me and my little sister. So we were just always outside, didn't care about school. They kept telling us to, make sure we was on our school. We was like, yeah, and skipping school and stuff still. She got on track to graduate. I didn't. So I dropped out. Ended up moving with my aunt, and I started working at this hair store, getting paid under the table. Yeah, so it was a family-owned hair store, and I was like, this is not even we're getting paid under the table. It wasn't a lot of money. Like, I quit that stuff in 2 days. Like, I was like,
it just wasn't enough.
It just wasn't for me. So yeah.
And then from there, where'd you transition into next?
I was just going back to get my GED. Took some GED courses and stuff until I was about 19, and I was like, no, this GED stuff, I have test anxiety. So eventually I just went and found an online school that accepts you until you're 22 years old. And I enrolled in there, and it took me from 19 to 22 to graduate.
But you got it though.
Yeah, but because I kept going places, put it on the back burner. Like, nobody after I was 18, nobody was on me anymore about finish school. They was like, it's your decision now. You grown. So if you want to finish, you gonna finish. If you don't, you don't. So
and you being an entrepreneur too, it almost doesn't matter in a sense if you graduate or not. Who cares? You're starting your own business anyways.
I wanted to prove something to myself though, like I could finish, because I seen all my peers walk the stage and stuff, go to prom. I didn't do any of that. I just wanted one thing to prove to myself, like you could finish. You could have finished. So I finished.
Now, so if you got a pretty big family, it's just you, brother, sister?
No, I'm the one of 7 siblings.
One of 7. Wow. Okay. All same mom, same dad, everything?
We got the same mom and different dads.
Okay, same mom, different dads for all 7. Okay. Okay, got it. Now, how was it, Tiff, growing up? That's something I always dreamed of, like having a best friend that was like your brother, your sister, your cousin, or something that you could literally see every day. Y'all are same blood. Like, how was that?
All my siblings, we are pretty close. All my siblings are pretty close, and we're all like 2 to 3 to 4 years apart from each other. Like, we're back to back. So some siblings are more closer than others, and because of the age, them being so close to age, like my 2 older sisters, Taran and Taria, they were 1 year apart, but they were 4 to 5 years older than me. So when I was in elementary, they were in high school together. So they had the same relationship I have with my sister that's 1 year younger than me. But once we all got older, it didn't really matter such, because when I was 20, my sister was 25. Now that I'm 25, my sister's 30. So it doesn't matter now, but it seemed like a big difference when you're younger.
It really does.
Yeah, now we go out together. We at each other's house. We, more close than we were when we were kids.
It's almost like that's smart parenting though. It's like you don't want one kid to just be alone or have to go through the loan. So have them kind of back to back to back to back. That's good.
I love growing up in a big family because we came up with the dumbest stuff ever. And it was fun. Like, my sister used to put us in the dryer and turn it on. My other sister, she used to put us in a sheet and whip us around. And with it, like, we came up with dumb stuff, talent shows. We always made our own Halloween costumes. Wow. Like, we were close.
Wow. Okay. That's something I always wanted growing up. I've got a half brother, half sister. Obviously, still like it's full blood. But then I only grew up with my little brother in the house, and that's definitely something that I want for sure.
I feel like it's a difference between one thing my mom always knew how to do, even though we all had different dads. She always maintained a relationship within her household with her kids. Like, she kept her kids. Her kids, they would go with their fathers in the summer on breaks and stuff. Like they had active fathers in their life. Every single one of my siblings, like most of them, they had somebody to step up. Like my stepdad, I met him when I was 5 months old, and he raised me, and then had my sister.
Yeah.
So yeah, and all my siblings call him dad. They got 2 dads. They call him dad. Got their dad. But yeah.
Okay.
But she always made sure, even though if they leave for the summer, leave for the winter, like she always had a tight knit in her household. Like
yeah. Do you feel like that's also? I feel like that's because in Arizona they don't teach that type of shit at all. Like being family oriented, sticking together.
I feel like that's like a Midwest thing. We just or South thing. Like
Yep.
It's just us. Like family's everything to us.
Yeah. Now, T, talk to me a little bit about, I don't know anything about Cleveland. Tell me a little bit about Cleveland. Like, is there good food spots in Cleveland? There's some spots, there are different things to get into. Like, tell me a little bit about Cleveland.
We famous for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Okay.
And LeBron winning the championship. But other than that, it's the hood, it's the trenches, bandos, potholes, like crackheads. Like it's like, especially the side of Cleveland I'm from. I'm from East Cleveland. That's like a ghost town. It really is. Like there's nothing. It's so like it looks like you're in The Walking Dead sometimes.
It's like a third world country.
Yeah, it just it's so ran down. And people that I've been in cars, like Uber drivers, they're like in their 50s or 60s talking about this abandoned house been here since I was a kid.
Unreal.
Yeah, like they gave up on that city.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of good that come out of. There's a lot of talented people there. There's a lot of. I just feel like they leave.
Yeah,
they feel like their talent is being wasted there, so they leave. And then you don't even know that they're from there. Like Holly Berry's from Cleveland, Steve Harvey, who else? Terrence Howard. Yeah,
I didn't know none of that.
Yeah, they don't claim it.
No, not at all.
They don't claim it though.
Not at all. Not at all. Wow. Okay. So it's no like they're not trying to develop Cleveland. Like there's no
turning back.
Businesses. There's no. Okay.
I mean, we got our nightlife and stuff like that. It's not big, but it's fun. Like they're actually one of my favorite moments in Cleveland, Ohio, was when Future came to the hood and did a video shoot, and I was there. Yeah, it was so cool. He did a video shoot with Doughboy. He out of Cleveland. He straight from the trenches, Knowles Ave.
Yeah.
My cousin at the time when he was alive, he invited me there. He was like, "Future finna be on the block, girl. You better come down here." I'm like, "Future ain't coming to the hood." I go to the hood. Yup, they were cooking burgers. They all had their little no ab t-shirts on. Harley's going down the street. Everybody pouring liquor down everybody's throat.
Wow.
All the foreign cars in the hood.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Future is not coming. Like I was there. I got there at like 10.
Yeah.
Was drunk by 12 p.m. Then Future came at like 3, and I was like, he pulled up in Sprinter Benz trucks, and I was like, this man really came to the hood. Ever since then, I fucks with Future.
Wow.
Because he really came to the hood and showed love.
And
showed love. Was not weird to nobody. Taking pictures with everybody. Taking videos with everybody. Was on one of the ladies' houses. He was on her porch doing the video, and she was so like excited. The kids was in the front. He showed love. Yeah, that was one of my favorite moments. Like, if you fuck with Cleveland, you fuck with Cleveland. He only fuck with Cleveland because, his cousin from Cleveland.
Okay.
So his cousin Doughboy is from Cleveland, so he fucks with Cleveland.
Okay.
Yeah, he done a couple videos there.
Okay. That makes sense. So from there, T, doing hair and stuff, where did you find yourself next? Like, what'd you get into next?
After high school, I went with my friend. My friend, she was a legal immigrant. And we were in Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah. And she was like, I can't really do nothing after high school. I'm like, how did you even get in high school? Like, how did you even get in high school if you a legal immigrant? I didn't go too deep into it. But she was like, well, I'm about to go audition at this club. Can you come with me, show some support? I'm like, yeah, I didn't think that, I was going to audition to dance there. I just was like, I'm going to go support my friend.
Yeah.
And I actually did a story time on my YouTube channel about So I had bills to pay. I told my brother I had a job. My brother does real estate. He has a lot of houses. He flips houses. And most of all the houses he rent to his family, all his family out there, he'll rent to them, So or let them buy it off of him.
Okay.
But
okay.
yeah, mostly he flips houses, buy abandoned houses out there because there's plenty of them, and he fixed them up and sell them or rent them out. So he gave me my first little house, my first little apartment type, 2-family house. My sister was living with me. My sister, she just graduated. Like I said, like she had more credits than me. I was 18. I dropped out. She just graduated. She was 17. So I went to her graduation. And after that, she thought she was grown. She was like, I'm living with you. I thought I was grown. I'm like, okay, I got a job or whatever. But I quit my job and I was, I had bills. Like I just got a car. I just got an apartment through my brother. I'm like, okay, so I'm just like, I'm gonna just find a job. I'm gonna figure it out. I didn't know heading to the club that I would be auditioning to work at a club.
That same night with your friend, you auditioned.
Yeah. I went to make her comfortable. So I went on first. I'm being all goofy and stuff. Like, yeah. Woo. Her, she up there all timid and shy and like, and I'm over there on the floor like, yeah, go. But she just shy. The manager, he was like, you need more experience, but you can start tomorrow. And I'm like, I wasn't serious.
He just said that you were just sitting over to the side chilling. He's like, you need some more experience, but Wow.
And my friend was like, girl, you was saying how you got bills, like just try it out. So I tried it out for a week. And I'm not the type I don't think that I'm better than anybody. I'm just saying like this is my story. This is like what works for me. I don't work in strip clubs.
Yeah.
Like booty clubs.
Yeah.
I don't got the body for it. I ain't got the body for it. I ain't got the legs for it. I ain't got the feet for it. I don't got the time for it.
Yeah.
Like, I just not for me. I tried it out and it wasn't for me. You got to stand. You got to really work.
Yeah.
You got to shake. You got to really work for your money. I'm lazy. Like, so I learned that gentlemen clubs work better for me. Like men, businessmen that come in clubs like on their lunch breaks that tax write that shit off. Like this is a business meeting. Any money we spend, it's a write off.
That's some game right there.
So I found myself working in like a couple gentlemen's club and found out that was for me. All you gotta do is talk to people like this. There's a lot of business relationships that came out of me working in the club, like private realtors, business investors, all types of people. Like you never know who you're gonna meet. And I do a lot of talking. I don't really dance. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know not one pole trick. I've been dancing since I was 19. It's 6 years.
Yeah.
I don't know not one pole trick.
Don't even need to pick it up at this point.
I don't. It's too late. Good. My bones are brittle now. So after that, I worked there for like 2 weeks and I was able to just have really good money. I was paying for everything. I had my friends staying with me. Being young, you just be having everybody in your crib. Like, fuck it, come live with me. You need somewhere to live, come live with me. I'm filling up the gas tank. I'm filling up the fridge. Y'all ain't got to worry about shit. I'm paying for niggas studio time. I don't even rap. Like, yeah. And eventually, like, it was just on from there.
Yeah, it just went up from there.
Yeah.
Okay. So the difference between like a gentleman's club and more like club, like those are the ones you see on the rap videos.
Yeah,
girls shaking,
for sure.
Yep. Throwing the money to make videos. That's more like the urban kind of
I like being a customer at those type of clubs.
Okay.
Being a customer is fun.
Yeah.
When you go to clubs like King of Diamonds or like Magic City in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Be Live. Being customers there are fun, but it ain't for the week.
Actually working there is
it ain't for the week if you working there.
Okay. I got it. What are some of your favorite areas to go? So this was in Cleveland when you first did the audition.
Yeah.
Now, did you start doing clubs in Cleveland? Did you move around? Like
I moved around. I danced in Detroit before.
Detroit. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, a couple times.
How was that?
It was cool.
Yeah.
I danced at this one. It was like mixed. It was black and like, or it was both.
Yeah.
It was cool. I did a lot of like events. Like I went to Pennsylvania for an event. Somebody booked me and some other girls for like their birthday bash and like this venue.
Yeah.
So I mean, the people that I would meet in the club in Cleveland, they would just be like well, I'm not from here. I'm just coming through here, but I'm from here. If you want to come down here, I'll pay for your hotel, pay for your transportation, and I'll pay for you to work that day. And then I will also like get other girls to come with me, that worked in the club to do the, because I don't do bad business. Like, I'm not on that extra shit. I'm here for a job, and then I'm leaving afterwards. Like, ain't no kiki kaka, and I'm not staying around. I'm doing a job and I'm going home.
Okay. Now, Tip, what are some top like gentlemen's clubs, like, and they're completely different, obviously, from the urban clubs. What are some top gentlemen's clubs, like just nationwide?
I can't really say any because then they're gonna know I work there.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay. And that's like a
yeah, that's a thing.
Really
like I can't even like when I did my stripper vlogs on my YouTube channel, I can't say what club I'm in or none of that. I can't really show the inside. People could tell by just like the certain things that what type of club they are.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. Because most of the gentlemen's clubs are franchises. Like, yeah.
Okay. Can you say a state that are some like top gentlemen's clubs? Can you give a state?
I feel like Orlando, Florida has some.
Okay.
Oh, I like Cleveland. Cleveland got,
Okay.
What else? Oh, Nashville,
Tennessee.
Yeah, that's got some good gentleman clubs.
Wow. Okay. What about Arizona? Where does Arizona rank?
Me is low because I don't live here. Last time I was here was Super Bowl and I wasn't even that good. But yeah, I would say it's cool. I mean, I feel like it's more known for the booty clubs here.
Oh,
yeah, because a lot of people that come here, they be like talking about Jags and talk about, Jags been the longest one open. Yeah, so they mostly talk about Jags. Okay, anybody out of town, they go there. Yeah,
whatever. Okay,
yeah,
that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Now, Tiff, what are just some of your favorite places to travel to and work just in general?
I like the Midwest. Midwest people, they are just more generous. Like Atlanta.
Yeah.
They're just generous.
Yeah.
South people too. People from the South, they got that Southern hospitality. Yeah, they very generous. Here they a little more, they gotta work for it, girl. You ain't finna just sit here and be pretty.
Yeah. Okay. Have you ever done anything LA, Vegas? What does that seem like?
No, I never did anything in Vegas or nor LA. I've been there like, passing through, networking, going to like networking parties, theme parties and stuff like that. But no, I have my certain states I go to and it just works for me. But, yeah, I'm just stick to what I know for now.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And it also makes sense that the Midwest and the South, just because of how people are raised, like you said, the Southern hospitality, that they're willing to pay some more, have better conversation, be more generous. And then on the West Coast,
the West Coast is like fast paced. They coming here to party. Yeah. LA, Vegas, Arizona, they coming here to party. Like they're not trying to sit and talk to you.
Yeah. How do you feel about like the scene out here in Arizona, like the Old Town Scottsdale? That's like completely different from like the Gentleman's Club. So
the scene out in that way is very like, even when you go out, you meet people. It's like networking too. Like, so there is like, in Old Town, it's more of the, I guess what they say, better side of the tracks. It's really bougie up over there. Yeah. So you always meet somebody who knows somebody. Like the W, I went and did a video shoot for Naughty Kid and Kurt Cobain's, and they had a fashion show going down in the W.
Yeah.
So the hotel I was doing the video shoot in, they were using the 2 rooms. I guess he owned the rooms. It was a lawyer that owned the rooms and was letting them use the rooms for the video shoot. So it's like, how this lawyer? So it's like you just meet all types of people. I was like, I want your number. He was a criminal defense lawyer too. I was like, I'm stay in touch with you.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know. And then I went to the fashion show downstairs afterwards, and everybody was like, nice dress, clean cut, suits, and the people that was in the runway were football players from the Cardinals. Like, so yeah, the Scottsdale is a little more bougie. That's where all the like fashion shows and stuff go down.
That's good game.
If you want to be in the mix,
that's good game. Yeah, right there for people too. Okay. Now, Tip, is it hard to get into like those clubs in Old Town? Is there more politics kind of involved than just getting into like a gentleman's club or like a regular club?
Yes. I have a video on my YouTube channel. I got like turned down in 3 clubs in Arizona, 3 gentlemen's clubs in Arizona, back to back to back. Yep.
we don't have to necessarily get into the reason, but I think we can kind of fill in the blanks as to what the
pretty
reasons are
much.
to
But I
that.
had no problem getting into, things like Band-Aids or, I auditioned, they hired me, I just never went back.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
it was just kind of a little experiment.
Yeah. For all our people out there watching, if you know, you know.
Yeah,
If you know, you
pretty
know.
much.
Okay. So from there, Tip, how did you transition? Because it seems like from what I've seen, a lot of young girls maybe coming up that want to dance, or even some older people that want to dance and they're dancing too. They don't necessarily have that entrepreneur spirit. They don't save money. They're not into the mindset that you're in. Like, what gave you that mindset?
Me, like, when I started, I was 19, and then at 20, I would say 22 is when I was like, girl, you over here spending money, getting your hair done, getting your nails done. All this money you spending, and you could have been investing that into yourself. There's so many people who be like, you should do this, you should do that, you should model, you should do this, you should do that. How about you find your passion and then put all your money into it?
Yeah.
While you can, because your looks is gonna fade, but your personality always gonna be there. So what I did when I was 22, I was like, I came up with my little plan. I was like, I'm gonna start selling marijuana accessories, rolling tray sets, grinders, lighters, because that's like I like to smoke. But there's also a classy way to smoke. Like, always have your little setup, put it neatly in your box, put it in your closet. Like, a lot of guys, they have like this stigma on girls that smoke. They're like hood or rough or
backwood rolling,
backwood rolling, like throwing up gang signs and stuff. Like, no, this is we could be cute and puff a little bit too. So I just came up with like decorative designer sets, like Chanel ones.
And you came up with those, Tiff. All the ones on your website, you came up with those.
Or you could give me a concept and I can,
Wow. That takes skill right there too.
Yeah, it was just like, it was a hobby. And then I went to a networking event. I met this girl, Lola, and she basically was from LA. I met her at the networking event. She went back to LA. She told a lot of her friends about my sets, and I sold out in the first day.
Wow. Wow. And then now, Tiff, you also you make like bodysuit type apparel as well too, clothing, and then also lashes as well.
I'm starting to get into clothing. I wore it on my birthday, and I was like, it was basically just like a test trial to see how people would like gravitate toward it, because I'm really into fashion. But at the same time, it's like I want to get into learning how to style other people, and I want to get into making signature pieces. So I wore it on my birthday. I got a lot of like good feedback, and I like linked it in my birthday pictures, like where to get it and stuff like that. So then, like, from there, I had like, so far, because it's not a cheap, it's very a special occasion. It's not a cheap item. So far since my birthday, which was last June, I had like 5 orders on it. But it was a learning experience. Maybe I should start with some more simple pieces that people can,
But
buy.
You're selling them for a bigger price, though.
Yeah, I am.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Now, Tiff, why do you think it is that some people don't have that mindset? Is it because it's like the money is so fast that you're not even thinking about it?
Yeah, you don't. You just be trying to go on trips. You just be trying to buy bags. You just be trying to look cute, and you be trying to impress people that don't really even matter. Like, so I feel like and some people, they just don't know their purpose in life. Like, they don't know what they want to do, where they want to go. And I'm not saying I know exactly everything. I change my mind every day. But I know what makes me happy at the end of the day. Like, talking, sharing different experiences, meeting people makes me happy. Creating makes me happy. Like, I love the creative aspect of modeling. I love the creative aspect of being a video or a love interest in a video. I love the creative aspect of talking and having conversation. I just love entertainment all around. That's probably why I didn't like mind dancing, because it's entertainment.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, Tiff, from there, how did we get into getting into some of these like top rap videos? Because like you said, Kurt Cobain's, that's a big name, and I know there's another one, I can't think of it off the top of the head, that you've been in as well too. How did you get into that?
People, you just meet people, like being outside, going to these networks events, going to these fashion shows. People, you meet people, and they be like, okay, I'll hold it in my head. I met you, and then I'm gonna put you on. Basically, from word of mouth. I don't know too many models that have managers. There are some, but they're probably doing more like catalog work, Playboy, stuff like that. I don't really do that. I just, whatever opportunity comes my way, and I feel like it's it's beneficial at the time, I'll take it. But that's not like my like main thing that I want to do.
Yeah.
It's just happenstance. I was in the right place and time.
That makes sense. And how was that being on the set, like seeing some of the inner workings of the industry? Like, how do you feel like, did it give you a lot of experience? You learned a lot from it?
Yeah, absolutely. Because eventually I want to get into acting.
Okay.
I love all through my high school years when I was going to high school. I was in theater arts and drama club. I was in debate club. Like, yeah, I was in yearbook.
Wow.
So I want to get into acting, but I feel like it did help me being in music videos. The start and stop. They start and stop so many times. Take one, take two, and that's the same thing with acting. They're gonna stop you so many times, even in the middle of dialogue. So it helped me get used to that part. Redoing something over and over again.
Okay, and I didn't even know that too. So it could be a 3-minute music video.
Yeah,
but they're gonna
you're doing the scene.
Stop. They're gonna do all that.
Yeah, they're gonna do the scene a lot of times. Really? Yeah, and they just pick the best one.
So let's say it's like a 3 to 5 minute song. How long could you be on set? You could be on set for a couple hours.
I get paid by the hour. I do my rates are pretty reasonable. Some people they all the way up. But I hope y'all getting booked for real. Yeah. But me, I try to be a little reasonable. $75 an hour. I could be on the set for 3-4 hours. Jeez, that's $400 around there. Yeah. Damn.
That's more money per hour, than these top 6-figure professionals.
Yeah, but I don't really get booked as much for music videos. It's just it's a little hobby on the side. I don't actively go searching for them. They just come to me. I take the opportunity. Okay. Yeah.
And there's some girls who are actively
they're actively in model work. Like they're actively in like campaigns. They're actively going out and searching for music videos to do and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Now, Tiff, what are some other things you got coming up? Obviously the acting. What are some other like fields you want to step into?
Eventually I want to get into like public interviews, but basically I want to go to these events because when I moved here, no one was like highlighting these network events. I had to find them. Nobody was highlighting fashion shows, hair shows. Nobody was highlighting dance classes. Like I want to go to these events. Well, I'm going to start going to these events with my photographer, and I'm going to start interviewing the guests, the owners, and basically putting it on my platform page, my website. So you can see what's going on in Arizona because Arizona got a lot to offer.
And there's nobody showcasing it.
Yeah, nobody showcasing it. So if you're somebody like me who don't know what's going on in Arizona, you just, tap in with me. I'll let you. Yeah.
Now, T, talk to me a little bit about that because your first YouTube video you put up was like 5-6 years old. What made you get on YouTube?
My sister, she always was like, you got the personality to just, do YouTube. You got the personality, do hair tutorials and stuff like that. Like you're into fashion, you're into makeup, you're into like lifestyle stuff. So she was like, why don't you start your YouTube channel? And I was putting it back, putting off. And I posted my first video when I was 18. It's not up no more because oh my goodness, I came a long way. But so it was when I was 18, but I kept the ones that I'm most proud of.
Yeah. And Tiff, you've got a lot of different stuff on there, from vlogs to podcasts to traveling to reviews and stuff. I want to ask you about that. Some of these companies are paying you? They're giving you stuff.
Yeah, they reach out to me through my email, sometimes my DM. I don't have that much of a following on YouTube, but I still get paid from YouTube because when I shout out these products, they pay me for that video. So it's like a sponsorship, but I'm not getting paid from subscribers. I'm not getting paid from the views. So if you ever want to be a YouTuber and you think I can't get paid from this, it's going to take forever, I still don't get paid. But I get paid for the people who know that people are watching my stuff. So they be like, shout this out in the video and we'll pay you for it.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's okay. You giving me some game too.
Yeah, because like YouTube, you got to have like 1,000 subscribers. Then you have to have certain amount of watch time, and then you have to start having shorts up too. Before you didn't have to have shorts up, like little shorts.
You gotta have YouTube shorts.
Yeah, you got to have YouTube shorts to be qualified to get paid directly through YouTube.
And it's like pennies on the dollar too.
Yeah, it's not as good as it used to be. I still do it because, like I said, I get brand, partnerships. Yeah, even if I don't do that, then I just do my podcast, which is completely just me pouring into it right now.
Yeah. Now talk to me about that. What made you want to start doing the Nasty Closet podcast too?
I used to have a podcast, a joint podcast with somebody, and it didn't work out. We went our separate ways. She started her solo thing. I waited a little bit to start mine because I had like a vision in mind. I didn't want to rush it like I feel like I did the first time when we were co-hosting together. I feel like we rushed the podcast and we didn't like do the proper planning I feel like we should have did. So the second time going around, I just took a break. I made sure I laid everything out on the table, how I wanted to present myself, how I wanted to introduce myself to the world as a individual. And I ended up going to Atlanta because I met some people in Miami during like spring break, like so long ago. I was like 23, I think. Yeah, I was like 22, 23. Met them in Miami. They had their own podcast out of Atlanta that got picked up on Fusion Radio. So during that time where me and her weren't cool anymore, they invited me to Atlanta to be on their first podcast that was picked up by the major radio station. So they had a panel of girls and they wanted me to be one of the girls.
So when I saw you on in Atlanta,
yeah,
okay, got it. They kind of got like a fresh and fit type look to it, just like the podcast, the way it looks. Okay, okay, got it.
So I went out there to do that episode with them. Shout out to Pure Game Podcast. Shout out to y'all. Congratulations on the second season.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. So I went out there. We actually ended up sitting on a panel doing some girl talk thing. We actually interviewed Dunn on the track. Dunn.
Is it a producer?
Yes, he's a producer out of Atlanta. He did a lot of work with Young Thug. A lot of work of his beginning work too. Like
I'm trying to think who
Dunn.
Jimmy,
can I get my phone?
You know a producer?
I want to know. It's on my phone. Done it.
Done it. Somebody.
Somebody. It's on my phone. Like it's on my phone right there. I want my phone so I can show you. But yeah. So we ended up interviewing him. That was cool. He put a lot of people on game. He ended up just coming back full time and co-hosting with them too.
Wow.
So yeah.
That's a big deal.
Yeah. So they're on their second season. They have a whole new set. It's cool. I'm gonna come out there and support.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I went out there, did that. They were encouraging me like, you should just do your solo thing. You're a great like conversationist. You know how to, keep people entertained. So you should just do it. You should just go. Don't keep like procrastinating because then you'll never do it. So as soon as I came back to Arizona, I was like, all the stuff that I jot down over the months, I was like, okay, look for a studio, got a studio, did my logo. Found my intro, did my intro, and then I got to working from there.
Yeah. And it's been successful. You're getting like good numbers.
Yeah, I'm like excited because this is only my like 9th episode. It's been doing really good.
You're doing good.
Yeah.
How do you go about finding guests? Like, how do you go about?
Some people just reach out to me. Like my last guest, he reached out to me. He has like. He went viral for doing the freestyles back in the day. Like, So he back in the day, he did this thing in the locker room with his friends.
Yep.
And it got like 80 million views to this day on YouTube. They ended up forming a group together.
Yeah.
Going their separate ways. He got a whole story. So if y'all were interested, if you back from my era, you gonna remember him. Because he out of Chicago. I was in Arizona. I was in Ohio. So those videos was like going through all the schools, and the schools was doing their own freestyles to it. Yeah, and then beating on the table.
Right.
Then it went on to like do new stuff like the sausage challenge, eggs, bacon, cheese, sausage.
I remember all of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he started a little movement. So it was cool when he reached out to me. I was like, man, I grew up on you. This is so cool.
Yeah. So a lot of people they're just reaching out.
Yeah, I reached out to my first friend. She created the first stripper protest out of Baltimore that went viral during COVID because they shut down all the strip clubs and a lot of the dancers couldn't make money. So she was outside of the City Hall protesting, and it got like good media coverage, and it started taking off in different cities and states. And so I thought she would be like a good person to interview because first of all, I'm a fellow dancer. Thought it would be good to introduce myself and show people what I've done, where I'm going. And same with her, she's an entrepreneur too. She makes dancer clothes. She does readings, card readings. And
like tarot card
readings. Tarot card readings.
That's legit.
Yeah, she made some of the outfits that I have on for my photo shoots that I've done.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you now, Tiff? How do y'all just get this mindset? Because now I don't see a lot of people in general, not even just dancers, like people in general. It seems like so everybody you've got around you is just they're on something. They're doing something.
I feel like it's just like-minded people meeting like-minded people. Like when you're around people, you know if they gonna be around you for a minute because your conversations they go somewhere. It goes more than just hanging out. It goes towards let's build something, let's create something, and that's how you know those are the type of people to keep around. You know, even if it don't go nowhere, y'all, you know, you did something.
Yeah, even if it was for a brief moment in time.
Yeah, and then you could look back like, remember we had that little clothing line?
Yeah. Now, Tiff, what other platforms are you into? Are you doing TikTok? Are you doing, obviously you got a big Instagram following too.
I really want to get into TikTok, so y'all help me. I feel like that's a new girl game. Like that's the 18, 19, 21-year-old game. Cause I don't know how y'all do all them shit. I told y'all I don't dance. I don't dance. But I do want to start doing like I know right now story times is being real big on there. So I'm a good storyteller.
Story times on TikTok.
Yeah, where people tell their stories while they're doing their makeup. Like there's a one girl who has like a series on her TikTok called Who the Fuck Did I Marry? And she basically talked about how this guy scammed her and into marrying her, was basically a fraud, and she blew up from there. And she's getting really like, you know, you get paid from TikTok. That's one of the platforms you really do get paid from. And her stuff is like at 100 million views on, like, they be watching her while people are at work, they eating popcorn watching her story time, because her story times were interesting. This man was a whole fraud.
So you don't even have to dance anymore on TikTok.
No, you don't. You could do story times, cooking videos, you can do skits, you could do voiceovers, you know. You can do, you know, you can do interpretations. It grown way more than just like a dancing app now. Okay.
And when you were coming up, what were some of the big apps? Were you on any of them? What was it, like Vine?
No, I would watch Vine. I used Tumblr before. I would watch Vine. I was actively on YouTube. So I was on YouTube. Instagram, I didn't really get into Instagram until like the middle of high school, and I still wasn't really into it. I just now started taking it seriously because I found out like how much money you can make from it. The opportunities you can get from it. So I started taking that more seriously. But Facebook was the one too. Facebook. I feel like that was a bigger thing in Arizona though. Because when I would go to Ohio, everybody was on Instagram. Like in my high school years, everybody was on Instagram. Nobody was on Facebook. I feel like Instagram in Ohio, people like in Cleveland, that we like to put our shit on. We like to dress up. And I feel like Instagram was more better because people like to floss in Cleveland. Like people really was like, those Instagram days back then. They were picture taking people.
It was more pure. It was just straight up pictures. Like you just post some pictures on Instagram. Was MySpace you were coming up to? Was that a big deal?
No, that was my sister's era, my older sister's era. She's like 27. Okay. Yeah, 27, 28. She that was her era,
Soulja Boy era.
But I was there for the whole thing because, like I said, like my sisters, they threw parties. They, was getting dressed up, going to the rolling ring and stuff. So I was around it. Like I heard the music. I just didn't live it. It seemed like a fun time. It definitely did.
Yeah. Now, T, let's get into this one. Any like crazy club stories, anything crazy that's ever happened, or even on a video set, just any crazy stories in general, anything that you were like, wow, I didn't know this went
on. It was this rumor going around in the club about this guy who comes in late at night, and he'll pay you like $700 to $1,000 to like just stomp on his balls as hard as you can in the private room. And I thought it was just a rumor. Like all the girls would talk about it, and I'm just thinking it's just a club rumor, club legend, folk tale. Until one Saturday night, a guy came in right when we were about to close and was like, "Can I get a VIP room with you?" And I'm like, "Sure." And we went back there and he was like, "So I don't want you to dance at all. I just want you to stump me the hardest you can in my balls, and I will give you $1,000. And I was sitting there cracking up, and I'm like, "Are you for real? Like, are you for real?" He's like, "Yes, I'm for real. I'll give you the money right now." He gave me the money, and I was like, "Okay."
Wow.
Okay. Like just.
What are you gonna do? Yeah. What do you do? It's a rack.
I mean,
and you ain't doing nothing that's like compromising
right?
who you are as a person.
Yeah,
It's
the
like
clothes
whatever.
was on, so
Yeah, it's
you
like
know.
whatever, dog. Okay, shit, wow. And that's the thing I noticed, T, at the club. It's like people have this stigma about the club, like, oh, it's nightlife. It's only certain people that go in there. It's like, no, like some dudes are going in there to get away from their wife or get away from their family.
So it's
talk,
different. Like I said, I met a lot of people in there. I met businessmen that's just there on a lunch break. I met athletes there that just want some good food. Cause gentlemen's clubs, they got steak, lobster. We got that shit.
Right.
We got the good stuff. We don't just have bar food. We're like,
gourmet type food.
Yeah, we have gourmet food, whole dinners. Like there was most of the time, like I used to go in the club just to like eat, like go in early so I could eat dinner there.
Yeah, straight up.
And I didn't have to cook myself.
Straight
but
up.
Yeah, there's some people that come in there for everything. There's girls that come in there for their 21st birthdays, bachelorette parties, divorce parties.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, there's divorce parties.
Yeah.
There's divorce parties. Also, there was women going in there just because they got promoted at work. It's just it's I feel like it's like going to the fair, adult fair. Like you going to Circus Olay.
Yeah, straight up. I don't know why it has to have any different stigma than like going to a club in Old Town or something like that. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Because
go-go dancers, like when you go to certain establishments like the club I work in, we can't get all the way naked. We have to keep 3 layers of clothing on. And if you go into the back room, you always have to keep your thong on, always. And you have to have nipple pasties. Can't show your nipples or you get fined. Like, yeah. So I work in clubs like that, like basically I guess titty bars, like type of okay. So we can't really get naked at all anyway. So
we need to put I want to put a different stigma on the club in general because it's something cool, honestly. Like it's really something to do. It's just something to go hang out.
It is. I like going as a customer myself. So
ain't no problem with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Best food at any club that you've been to. Who's got the best food?
I love Jack's chicken wings. I know I was just talking about, sometimes you want some hood food, but I remember I went out. We were everywhere in Arizona, everywhere in Scottsdale, everywhere in Tempe. We was just everywhere. I was drunk and all I wanted was Jack's chicken wings. I paid. They said they were closing. I made someone pay for me to get in the club just so I could buy the chicken wings.
Jack's chicken wings.
So I paid like $70 for them chicken wings.
They're that good. I'm gonna have to go try them.
It was like, good. Shit. Yes, they're really good.
Okay. Wow.
I sat in the parking lot, smashed them.
Yeah. See, any advice for young girls that maybe they're thinking about maybe dancing, they're thinking about getting into the nightlife entertainment, like any advice for them?
Don't trust anyone. Don't trust anyone. Nobody your friend. Everybody there to make money, and people will stump on you to get money. Like, don't trust anyone at all.
I've heard some different things like that. Like girls can kind of flip out on each other. If you're making more money, this girl might flip out.
You could be talking. You could be a baby stripper, go in there, talk to somebody's customer, and they'll beat your ass because that's their customer. That's somebody that comes in to specifically spend money on them. So that's theirs. Don't cross them. Even if you don't know it, you're gonna find out.
It's kind of like a dog eat dog world.
Yeah, it really is. There's some girls in there that's, working under a man, is in there to recruit other women for their team, Yeah, if you get my gist.
Yeah, I get your gist.
Yeah, so you got to be careful, stay true to you.
I get your gist.
Don't trust nobody.
Is there a lot of that going on, though? Is there a lot of
I feel like yes, there is, but I also met girls that are dental assistants. I met girls that are phlebotomists. I met girls that went to the police academy. I met girls that are married and have like 3 kids.
Yeah.
Like there's all types of girls, all types of walks of life in the club.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, T, you've also got a son too.
Yeah, I have a son.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a 2-year-old son.
Okay. Talk to me a little bit about that because you've got more motivation than I see a lot of these women. Not calling nobody out, but then a lot of these women, a lot of people say, once you have a kid, it kind of slows you down. It doesn't seem like it's slowing you down.
I used to hate that stigma, like that was put that women because women perpetuate that shit too. Like, they be like, once you have a kid, your life is over. Like, I've been told that a lot when I was pregnant. Like, your life is over now. Like, you guys said, no, I don't.
Yeah.
No, if you want to do something, you're gonna make a way. So
100%.
there's gonna be times where motherhood does get in the way, but you just have to compromise. You know, there's nothing you can do. You're a mother now. You know, it's not just you anymore.
Yeah.
You got to think for somebody else. So if something was to happen to where you can't do what you want to do, then that's probably because you weren't meant to do it. So,
Okay.
mhm.
Okay. And seem like a great, obviously I don't know everything, but from what you put on social media, you're a great mom. Your son is in the forefront.
Yeah, I love my son.
Yeah.
I before when I first had him, I didn't want to post him at all because there's like a lot of weirdos out there. And I remember I was pregnant and somebody messaged me on Instagram and was like, "When do I get to meet my son?" And I'm like, "I'm pregnant. This is not your son." Like, you know, there's just weirdos out there. So
Yeah, like,
it
what
took
the
me
fuck?
all the way until my son was like almost 1 for me to post him. Yeah.
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 Okay.
But when I did, then there was brands reaching out to me wanting to send me baby stuff for him to try out.
That's the good part of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I take a little, stuff here and there, but I don't want him to be no baby influencer.
Yeah.
I want him to still be a
A
kid.
kid at the end of the day. Okay. Okay. I got it. Got it. How much now are you gonna what do you want for your kid? Like, what if he wants to go? I don't know. I guess there's not really too many positions in nightlife that dudes could really work.
Promoters.
Okay, got it.
I would tell him, like, if you want to do it, do it. Just don't get caught up in it.
Yeah.
Cause promoters crash out too, and they mess with anybody they see in the club, and they could get STDs and all types of stuff. You don't know. If you party too hard, it can catch up to you.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. What if your son wanted to be like a rapper or just in that kind of like
go hard or go home?
Go hard.
Don't put one foot in the door if you ain't gonna pursue it. If you taking those steps into that doorway, then you go in all the way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. T, have you ever done music? Have you ever looked into doing music?
No, I can't rap or sing, but my sister can rap, and I pushed her into the studio. Actually, last week I booked her studio session. I got her a videographer.
What?
I made her do it, and she loved it, and it sounded great. And I'm working on her visuals.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Where does this stem from? Like, your parents really seem like they did a great job of keeping you out of the BS and having you guys do different stuff, like playing sports.
Yeah, a lot of my one of my sisters play violin. My parents were just like, if you want to do it, do it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Some of my siblings quit on it, but they were like, good job, you tried it.
Yeah.
One of my sisters played a lot of sports, basketball, track. And then me and my younger sister, we were just in a lot of debate club, like a lot of social clubs. We did clubs, not sports. So we did yearbook, we did, theater arts. Like I said, we did club things, not sports. Sports just wasn't for us.
Yeah.
It was my older siblings love sports and stuff. My other sister could play the piano too. Like, yeah.
Unreal.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say this, and it's not even just for our people, it's just for people in general. Like, it's a thing now to be tough. Everybody's too cool.
Mm-hmm.
Being smart is lame. It's really not.
It's not. It's not. My mom, she always instilled in us, like, education is fundamental. So if you want to know something, learn something, you don't have to wait for somebody to teach you. Go teach yourself. Like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I saw another thing too that drew me to you and was like, wow, she definitely has a different mindset. You don't even really like listening to rap music for real.
No, I'm a pop and R&B type of person. I do like hip hop, but like the early 2000s hip hop, because it was more like a fun vibe, like T-Pain and Ja Rule. It was more of a fun vibe. Now it's like rada kill. Yeah, I'm better than this block. This block could get they shit got, and I don't like with the even female rap. The only time I listen to female rap is when I'm outside and I'm on that ratchet stuff. But other than that, if I'm inside, it is pop and R&B all day.
Yeah. So the way the new generation is kind of doing it, like, and shout out to all the artists that are getting their money, getting their bag, but it is kind of like somewhat repetitive.
It's very much repetitive.
Yeah. Is there any girls right now coming up that you look at and you're like, she's cool, I like what she's doing?
I love Mariah the Scientist.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Love her. I also like. I was just talking about this earlier. I did like Sweetie when she first came out, because she came out with the laid back, I'm from the Bay vibes. She was given that for the first EP, but as time went on, I think she let people get in her ear and she reverted to that raunchy, popping my gums, snapping my nails, and that's not her.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
you could tell that's just not her.
Yeah. Is there a lot of that mentality in the club scene as well too?
I feel like the clubs give you a sense of confidence that you never thought you had, because when I got into the club, I'm not gonna lie, it did kind of boost my confidence in a way.
Yeah.
Because all the women in there, they started acting weird because they were jealous of me. So I'm like, what are they jealous of? But then I had to grow up and look myself in the mirror, like, you got a lot to be admired for. So it did kind of boost my confidence in a way, because when I was growing up, I was always made fun of for my glasses, and I was always made fun of basically just for being blind, because I'm very blind. I've been wearing glasses since I was 2. I'm wearing contacts now, but my glasses, I wear trifocals. People don't think that's a real thing. Trifocals they're like far-sighted bubble glasses at the top, and then they have a little line, and then it's reading glasses at the bottom.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
So you seeing far distance at the top, and then you can read real well at the bottom.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I was born with an eye disorder called amblyopia and astropha.
What is that?
I was born with a left eye that I could barely see out of. So my left eye is it's what's it called? Lazy. I ended up getting a surgery when I was 12 to correct it.
Oh man.
Yeah. And then ever since then, they in school, they teach me how to do Braille. They taught me, they said I might need a service dog, because over the years, my eyesight could get worse. It's been fine now. I've over the years, I tracked my eyesight to see if I lose sight, and I haven't in a long time. So, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I was always the new girl and always the girl with glasses. So I would get picked on, or I would get crushed on. So there was guys like, "Oh, you're a cute nerdy girl," and there was girls that would be like, "Why does he like her? She's so she wear glasses and she can't see. She a klutz and she's quiet." Yeah.
Wow. Did you come to the club with glasses on too?
I did one time, and I did get a customer that was like, "Oh, you look like a sexy school teacher."
Hey, bro. Hey.
I did one time, but I just don't like wearing my glasses.
Yeah.
I like putting on lashes and stuff. I can't do that with glasses. Yeah.
Okay. Damn, though, T, that's insane.
I don't drive either. I do not drive because I'm scared of when I went and got my permit test in Ohio, they told me I failed my sight test, and they told me I could only drive during the day and not at night. If I get caught driving at night, I could go to jail. Yeah, they were like, they're gonna put a sticker on my license saying I cannot drive at night because I can't see. I cannot see.
Wow.
I cannot see.
You've attempted to drive at night a couple times, I'm assuming?
No, I never did.
Never tried.
No, I'm never gonna try.
Never going to try.
I'm never gonna try. I'll probably eventually learn how to drive and drive to go grocery shopping and stuff in my little area during the day. But that's it. I don't drive. I've driven before, but during the day just to practice, but I never physically went and proceeded to get my license and stuff like that.
But it's still hard for you to see though, even in the daytime.
Yeah, it is. It is. Wow. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Unreal.
And my condition is hereditary. So I got it from my father, and my son didn't get it. I'm happy about that, because I would never want him to go through what I went through.
Wow. Yeah. Unreal. Tip. I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, people who know me know I am blind as a bat. I'm very blind. Yeah.
How does that now, being in the club and being darker and stuff like that, has that affected?
Yes, I tripped many times. I tripped many times. If you put takes together, it would be a whole viral video. Because I stay tripping, and then I'll be like, whatever customer see, I'll be like, you ain't see that. You ain't see that. You ain't see that. Yeah, but I've learned how to be really walk really good in heels. Yeah. Over the years. Yeah. So. Yeah. But if a chair is out and in my way, yeah, I'll fall.
That's impressive though too. So you could read Braille.
Yeah, I was taught Braille when I was in elementary school when they decided they wanted to teach me Braille. Because because of my eyesight, they put me on a IEP plan. Okay. I don't know if anybody know what that is. Independent education plan. Uh-huh. So they met with my parents every so often, talk about my progress and stuff like that. Because when my mom initially put me in first grade, I didn't learn anything because I couldn't see. So I didn't learn anything. I couldn't see nothing on the board. So they didn't really know that. Yeah. So when at the end of the year, when they're doing everybody's progression, status and stuff, I didn't really progress that much, so my mom decided to help me back, and that's how I ended up in the same grade as my sister, my younger sister. Yeah, but so they decided to teach me Braille in I think third grade. and I learned how to type it on this big ass typewriter. It's like this big, and it like punches the little balls in the paper. Yeah. So.
Wow. I would have never guessed that.
Yeah.
I would have never guessed that.
Because there is a chance I could lose all my sight. There's a chance, but I just go to my doctor's appointments. They check me, make sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Damn, man. Mm-hmm. What can you do to? Is there? Then there's really nothing you could do about it. It's like
no. My parents didn't know, but when I was 8 years old, there's a procedure you're supposed to get with people that have my eye condition. Yeah. There's a procedure you're supposed to get before you're 8, so your vision doesn't permanently sync with your brain. Because at 8, after that, your vision and your brain, the way you comprehend, it's synced. So say Valley Boys Association, I have to read, like, if like it was earlier on, I would have to read that 3 times for it to process in my brain. Like, yeah, it's still, I could still read a whole paragraph and not be like, I do not know what I just read. Yeah. Yeah. So I was supposed to get a surgery called patching. Yeah. Where they patch my good eye and force my left eye to do work. So right now, since they didn't do that, my left eye does not do any work. My right eye does all the work. I can't really see out there. I can see, like, objects, but if you tell me to read that with that, I'm not gonna be able to do it. My right eye does all the work.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Let that, everybody listen. Let that be a lesson, and not that you, because that's not like a disability or anything like that to you. But
it's not, but it is. It's a hindrance. Yeah.
And it hasn't hindered you though. Mm-hmm. You're still doing your thing.
I still you're
still doing your thing.
Yeah. I used to think, like, when I was younger, it could be. I'd be like, I can't do anything because my eyesight. But over the years, I was like, there's stuff I could do. Like,
wow, Tiff, man. Okay. And now, man, that's insane. Does that like, has it hindered you from anything else? Like, is it hard to do
driving? It hindered me from that. It also hinders me from, like, doing, like, I guess if I wanted to do, if I wanted to be in, like, what's it called? A place where a call center. Okay. And we're on the computers all day. Nah, stuff can't do that. Yeah.
But day-to-day business stuff, it doesn't really.
No, it doesn't affect things. My print on my phone is huge. All the letters that I get from, like, the IRS or, like, anything business wise, I tell them to send me everything in huge print. I also have, like, devices I used over the years that I got from the doctor. Like, they gave me, like, a little portable telescope, so when I'm, like, at, like, football games or basketball games or something like that, I could still see. Yeah, it's just a little, like, you click it and it comes up. You click it, you be like, click, click, and it come up, and you just and then you click it, put it back in your purse. Yeah. So over the years, they gave me different devices I can use. I mean, I remember people used to think that I was just, like, so cool because I had all these gadgets and stuff for school and middle school and stuff to teach me how to read. I had this thing called the Pearl, and it was like electric magnifying glass. So it had, like, different settings to make the words bigger, highlight certain words, read it back to you. Yeah, and it was like this big, and it looked kind of like a big razor phone with it. With a screen. Unreal. But yeah, I ended up getting all these things from a place in Chandler called the Foundation for Blind Children. So they help children that have eye disorders get certain amenities that they need, certain things that help them through life.
Yeah. Y'all let this be no excuses. Ain't no
there ain't no excuses.
If you want to get it, you've had, and not that a kid is a blessing, obviously. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying you've had things that people would quit and not do anything, and you continue to keep going.
Yeah, or just put things on the back burner and be like, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. Never do it. Yeah.
No. Tiff, anything else that you got coming up? Anything that you want the people to know about? Obviously, you got the Nasty Closet podcast.
Yes. Stay tuned for things in the works. Like I said, me and my photographer working on doing public interviews, showcasing different events out here. You'll see me around trying to get some work done. Yeah.
Anybody you want to call out to right now? Athletes, artists, entrepreneurs, anybody that you want to tap in with you for the pod or just events and stuff?
I think that whoever's meant to be to come on the show is gonna come. Like, I could be outside just having fun and somebody like be like, come up to me like, hey, I need to hop on the pod. And that could be the best show. Like so far. So
just out organically.
Yeah, just organically. I don't want to force nothing. I don't like being putting stuff in the air and seeming like, I just like it to come to me. Whatever is meant for me will come to me.
Yeah.
I don't like to say I'm chasing the bag because anything that I'm chasing is running from me. The money is coming to me.
I ain't never heard nobody say that before, and that shit really makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You chasing the bag.
Yeah.
Why you chasing it? It's running from you.
Yeah, I actually got that saying from somebody. You know who it is. You know who it is. I ain't gonna say your name, but you know who you is. Gave me that good piece of advice.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
One question I do have for you, too, before we get ready to get out of here on that topic of chasing the bag.
Mm-hmm.
What's the most money you've seen somebody, even if it's not yourself, come out with in the club one night?
Oh, I remember a girl. She came out with like $14K on Valentine's Day. There ain't nobody in there, and this man and cashed out on her. I was so envious.
14 bands?
Yes, I was so envious. I was like, man, why her not me? But then I was happy to.
Day?
Yeah, I was happy for her though because she was going through some things, and she ended up lucking up, and that turned her whole little life around.
Yeah,
that little stepping stone.
What are some best days in the club? Like, what are some good?
For me, I don't go on the weekends no more. I only go on the weekdays. The weekdays is where the businessmen come in. The weekdays is where the people from the layovers is coming in. Yeah, the weekdays is what it is. The weekends, it attracts different type. Like I said, it attracts the party crowd. It attracts the bachelor parties. It attracts the college people coming in. Like, it attracts those type. So I like to keep it business.
Okay. Tiff, we'll end it with this. What is some advice that you would give to girls coming up, whether they want to be an entrepreneur, whether they want to, whatever they want to do, dance, whatever the heck, young girls coming up right now, what's some advice that you got for them?
Don't care about what nobody think. If you like it, somebody will love it. So don't ever feel like anybody's opinion matter of you, because it don't. It absolutely don't. It matters about what you think of yourself. And when you feel highly of yourself, you put out the best content, products. You put out the best of you because you're confident in you.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Y'all, we're going to get ready to get up out of here. I want from this episode, I really want the main basis of it to be, regardless of what you're going through, regardless of what you get put through, just keep going. Don't quit. Don't put stuff on the back burner. And there's really nothing that should be able to stop you or deter you.
Only thing holding you back is you.
Ain't nobody holding you back is you.
Nobody is holding you back physically. So
yeah. Tiff, I really appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Girl, of course. We'll keep doing more stuff, obviously, in the future. Y'all will see Tiff. Y'all check out
Y'all will see him on my show next.
That is correct. Nasty Closet Podcast, Nasty Closet. Shout out Tiff. Jimmy, going ahead and take us out of here. New Era Show, where the new era runs the show. I'm gone.